Hello there! In this video, I'll show you how to replace the headlight bulb in a Vauxhall Corsa D. Now, I heard about a bloke who found this job so frustrating that he punched the light until it smashed, but don't worry, there is a better way. Welcome to CarSpyTV. Right, for this example, we're replacing the bulb on the left side of the car. And to do that, we need to get behind the left headlamp here. But as we can see, there's very little space to work. I certainly can't get my hand down there properly. We're therefore going to remove the headlamp to make it easier to access the back of it. And to do that, we initially need an 8mm socket, a ratchet, and of course, an extension bar. The first bolt we need to remove is easy to find. It's this one here. So out it comes. Just like that. We now need to remove two more bolts. This one here and this one here. And as we can see, I've already loosened those with the 8mm socket. So we can just take those out by hand now. There we are. And so we don't lose them, we shall pop them down here in the magnetic parts tray. Okay, this piece of plastic here is now loose, which means we can slightly lift it up like so. And that gives us access to another bolt down there. That needs to be removed as well. And once again, we need the 8mm socket and the ratchet and the extension bar. The headlamp is now loose, as we can see, but it's still held in place by one bolt, which is roughly here behind the bumper. So to get to that, we've got to slightly peel back this corner of the bumper. And it's at this point that bloke I was telling you about started punching his car. Anyway, to peel back this corner of the bumper, we've got to remove two bolts from the wheel arch liner. And for that, we need a Torx bit. Oh, that's the thing that looks like a star on the end. And specifically, we need a T20. So let's find the bolts that need to be removed. There's one down here at the bottom, just about there. And there's another one higher up. So let's just have a look and we can find that one there. All right. And that second higher bolt is very close to this line. Those two bolts are now out, which means we can grab the corner of the bumper here and just pull. And now it comes away. We can now peer down here and see the final bolt that needs to be removed. There it is. Now, this bolt is another 8mm, but there's no room for a socket. So instead, we're using an 8mm spanner. This one's broken, but yours doesn't have to be. Broken is optional. So let's get that bolt out, and at some point I've got to buy some better quality spanners because I've had a few from this set break on me. It's raining, by the way. I've had to put a cloth over the camera so it doesn't get ruined. It's always raining here. Never mind. Nearly there. Come on now, bolt, out you come. Yep, there we go. The headlamp is now free. We just need to wiggle it out of position. So we'll pull the headlamp forwards a bit. And this can be a bit fiddly. And now we'll move the headlamp up a little bit. Oh, here we go. We're getting somewhere. But we don't want to get over enthusiastic and break something. So it's just a case of be gentle, be patient, and eventually the headlamp will pop out. Come on now. Oh, there we go. And we're just going to turn it forward like so, being careful of all the wires down here on the back. We can now access the back of the headlamp, and to get to the headlight bulb we have to remove this plastic cover here. To do that, simply slide this metal clip in this direction, like so, and then the cover simply lifts off. Come on, there we go. We now need to pull this black electrical connector off the back of the bulb, and it just pulls up like so. Probably quite stiff, and just make a mental note of which way the wires go, because it will need to be replaced in the same orientation. The bulb itself is held in place by a couple of springs which are quite strong, so I find the easiest way to remove it is to grab it with some pliers and pull. Not too hard though. We now need to buy the correct type of new bulb. For my particular car, that's an H7. Yours may or may not be the same, so it's worth double checking. You can double check by looking online, by asking a Vauxhall dealer, or by finding a model number written on the old bulb. As for installing the new bulb, notice that it has this distinctive shape. That means it only fits one way in the headlamp, which makes life easy. And also try to avoid touching the glass, because the oil from your hand can cause the glass to heat up unevenly, and that can shorten the bulb's life. And we don't want that. Right, we now simply need to reverse the process. I've already shown you. And that brings us to the final step, which is to check all the lights are working. So main beam on, hazards on, cross your fingers. Do you reckon we've been successful? Yep, everything's working just fine. Now, as you know, today we've replaced the headlight bulb on the left side of the car, and this method works just as well over there on the right side. But for the right side, there's an alternative technique which is arguably a little bit easier, and I'll show you that another day in a different video. I've run out of drink. And that's it. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to CarSpyTV. That makes it easier to find my other content. Can you also please do me a favour and click like on this video and let me know if, like that bloke I told you about earlier, you would have repeatedly punched this car. Bye-bye.